Good evening, and I hope you're doing well. Brother Mark has asked me to share our daily devotional thought with you on this Memorial Day, and I hope you've had a enjoyable time on Memorial Day and remembering those that have gone before us and sacrificed so much that we can enjoy this beautiful country we live in and the religious freedom that God has allowed us to have at this time. And if you would look at me in the Gospel according to Matthew in verse chapter 8, we're going to be looking at Jesus calming the storm. I know it's something that everyone's heard, a story that's very popular, but there's many things I've been thinking about, and we've been dealing with storms and rain and a lot of different stuff like that over the past several weeks, and I've been thinking about the storms of life and the things that we can learn from them. And as I look in Matthew chapter 8 and verse 24, it says, "And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and woke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish." And we see here that when the difficult times came, when this storm on this body of water they were on is come, that the Lord is still asleep. And I think in our lives today we forget oftentimes that the Lord is still with us. The Lord is all-knowing and is there in the trials and difficult things we don't understand. He's there and He's aware of them, and that while it's new to us, it is not new to Him. And as we read on, it says, "And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?" I think there's two ways of looking at a trial or a storm or whatever you want to look at in life. There's that we don't understand this and we're going to trust God, or that we don't understand this and we're going to trust something else. We're going to trust ourselves. We're going to panic and trust the situation and just kind of lose sight of what God has done for us. But making it personal for us, we're in the midst of this, virus pandemic that's sweeping the world, and everyone's, talking about it and discussing it. And I think it's good to remember that God's still in control. And it's good to remember that we don't know what good or evil could come of this, but we know that He's in control either way. We can't forget the good that God has been to us personally. We can't forget that the building we're moving in and the means by which we've come this far has been a miracle of God. And we can't forget that He's in control of our own lives. We can't forget that. And we'll look at this. We'll look at the words of God in verse 26. "Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith?" And today I know people are going through difficult times. We have people in our church that are hurting at this time, people that are going through difficult things. But the truth is today that God remains strong, God remains true, and He remains constant in the midst of trials. So, what can we learn? The biggest thing we can learn from this portion of Scripture is that in the midst of difficult times, God is faithful, God is sovereign, and He is all-knowing. And while we are experiencing this right now, He is much far ahead. He's always ahead of the difficulties we're facing, and He is always going to have the situation work for His glory.